What are your preferred study methods? I'm a visual learner personally. I see something and I take it into consideration, and that's how I learn. If I'm doing something practical, I need to see somebody else do it. So I think observation is the best way for me. But yeah, I like taking notes as well. So I'm kind of a messy person, but when it comes to my lists, I'm on it. I'm very structured and very organized. If I have too many thoughts going on, too many things to do with anything, even in like my personal life, so like shopping or like having to buy my friends a birthday present or anything like that, I make a list for literally everything, and it helps me a lot.
Like the library has definitely been a really good building to have, like, when you want to get away from everything and not just focus and just like go for it. I like to study in quiet places and just not in my bedroom basically, because there's loads of distractions. So there's rooms at the library where you can book out, so you can just book out, and then there's quiet zones, so those are really, really silent. So if you really need to like go take yourself away from your environment and you just need a quiet space away from distractions.
When I started my course, there was not lecture recording system. It started from 2018, yeah, and then onwards. That is very useful resource or tool. I must say it is always there on Moodle. When you open any of your modules, you can see that all previous lectures and your upcoming events, and just engage with your Moodle page, and just go through lecture recordings, because sometimes, like, when you are in a lecture theater, no matter if it's online or if you are physically in a lecture theater, is a one-to-one learning. Sometimes you students, they get distracted by some other factors, but when you are doing your self study and you are engaging with your lecture recordings, that's very helpful. It helps you to understand the topic, it helps you to organize your notes, it helps you to plan for your future assessment.
So the library has different workshops and yeah, so signing up to some of the workshops, for example, like, oh, if you need to learn how to reference, or if you need to study better, if you need to write, like, learn how to write academic essays better, like, the library definitely has like so much resource on these things, and asking a library staff as well, so they're there to help.
I think if you're aware of how you can study and what works best for you, definitely continue to pursue that. But if you're unsure, then I'd say try out new things. It's all about exploring and experimenting. Uni as well is a very important time in anyone's life. I mean, you're working towards getting a degree, which is kind of the foundation for anything. So the way you study and what works best for you is very, very important to that. So I think if you're first starting, if you're in first year, definitely try new things. That's the perfect time to explore and step out your comfort zone and say yes to more opportunities and figure yourself out. Learn to like understand what works best for you. And once you've kind of tried new things, whether it's making notes, observing, looking at pre-recorded lectures, if it's independent work, if it's kind of group study sessions, whatever it is, try it all out and see what works best. And then once you know, then you can carry on with that and do your best.